What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports and you're watching our college football channel. We're going to recap our Big Ten projected records here in this video. If you've missed it, we've gone through and went through every single Power 4 team and we projected the records based off of our formula. These are not predictions. This is just a projection, again, based off of our formula. But it's interesting to look at, and again, we'll see how accurate it is. If you've followed this, you know the projections are usually pretty close. And so we're going to start at the top of the Big Ten. So we have 3 teams all projected to go 10-2. Now this is based off of overall record, just because that's the way I do the projections. If you don't do that, then you have to kind of predict the winners and losers in the non-conference games, and we don't want to get into that. So yeah, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State all projected to go 10-2. Ohio State and Oregon were in this formula, we're in a tier above Penn State. So this really just shows you how favorable Penn State's schedule is, because they're 10-2. Because, you know, you'd think if those other 2 teams were a tier above them, they'd probably have a little bit better record. But no, Penn State is right there at 10-2. And it feels to me like these are the 3 teams that are competing to get to the Big Ten championship game. Maybe throw Michigan in there, but we'll see. They lose a lot, so I don't know if they can get back there. But yeah, you look at Penn State's schedule. You know, you've got USC and West Virginia, Wisconsin, those games on the road. Those will be pretty tricky, but I'm not real high on those 3 teams. I think those teams will be good, but I'm not quite on the level of Penn State. And then they play Ohio State, and they get them at home. So, yeah, it's a favorable schedule for Penn State. Ohio State, Oregon, they have a little bit tougher schedules, but still projected to go 10-2. And these are the 3 teams, again, that I think have the best chance to get to the Big Ten championship. All right, now let's move on to the next group of teams. We've got Michigan at 8-4. They would finish at number 4, and then Rutgers, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Washington all tied there at 7-5. Michigan, though, because you could really look at that Texas game and say that they're probably going to lose that game. So in the Big Ten, they would actually be 6-3. So only 3 losses in the Big Ten, but projected to go 8-4 overall. Again, these are not my predictions. I think Michigan much more likely to go 9-3 than 8-4, but that's what the projection says. And yeah, I was really surprised with Rutgers being all the way up here at 7-5, because they're not in one of the top 2 tiers, but they have also have a very favorable schedule. You know, you look at who they play in the Big Ten. They don't play Ohio State. They don't play Penn State. They don't play Oregon. They don't play Michigan. Their toughest Big Ten game probably is USC. So yeah, it's a really favorable schedule. They do play Virginia Tech, and they play them on the road out of conference. If they did not play them, let's say they had another group of 5 team in the non-conference, then Rutgers might be sitting there with an 8-4 projection. So yes, very favorable schedule for Rutgers, Wisconsin, Iowa, Washington, again right there. I believe we had Iowa and Washington perhaps more likely to go 4-5. Rutgers and Wisconsin more likely to go 5-4, because Rutgers plays Virginia Tech, Wisconsin plays Alabama. So if you went just by standings, you would say that, again, Rutgers and Wisconsin would be 5-4, and then Iowa and Washington, it might be 4-5 in the Big Ten. All right, now let's go to a bunch of teams that are projected to go 6-6. This is not even all of them, but we've got USC, Maryland, Nebraska, Minnesota, and Northwestern. All of these teams really just projected to split their games, win half, lose half, get to a bowl game, and get to 6-6. And then the other teams that are projected to go 6-6 are Michigan State, UCLA, and Indiana. Yes, Indiana, a team that is in one of the bottom tiers, but they have a really favorable schedule. We can just kind of run through that one real quick. This is, again, a very easy schedule. Their non-conference is FIU, Western Illinois, and Charlotte. Yes, that's their non-conference. They do play Ohio State, but they don't play Oregon. They don't play Penn State. They don't play USC. They do play Michigan. So the conference schedule, I guess, is not super easy, but it's just the fact that they have a very, very easy non-conference schedule. So that's why they're projected at 6-6. And then you have Illinois and Purdue, the only teams projected to miss a bowl game. I think we're going to see more than 2 teams miss a bowl game. But again, these projections are very, very conservative. And it's gonna pull teams closer to that 6-6 mark, and with the formula that we use. So yeah, Illinois and Purdue projected to not make a bowl game. Everyone else is. I don't think that's gonna happen, but we'll see. But like I said, the clear favorites based off of these projections, based off of the schedules and everything, it's Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State. And then it would be a surprise, I think, if another team made it to the Big Ten championship. But what are your thoughts on these projections? Let me know down in the comments below. Give me your projections. We'll be doing predictions here very, very soon. And we'll go through every single team, every single game, and I'll give you my official predictions for the 2024 season. But again, let me know what you think about the Big Ten down in the comments below. And thanks for watching.